Hello, this is Jess. This is chat session number 138, March 18th, 2018, Sunday evening, about 11:15 p.m. And good to see you. Appreciate all the interaction I'm getting with folks. It's enjoyable to know that people are actually checking these out a little bit as we go. It's a big deal for me. I'm on, like I said, 138 days without missing a day of making these and surviving, keeping it going. We're going to go right into the tidbits of history. We're going to go back to 1852. Henry Wells and William Fargo start shipping and banking company. And basically it became Wells Fargo, the short version, in 1962, and it's one of the biggest U.S. banking institutions probably still to this day. But it had a major kickoff in the early days of our country with the California gold rush, the boom and all that. There wasn't any reliable transportation of the product that they might find out there, and also banking needs to get the money for equipment, etc. So they developed a lot of different routes to all the western areas where the gold rush was going on, and survived the nationalization of the railroad routes and stuff and different things in World War I, and just their banking side continued to grow faster than anything else. So they dropped the transportation part of stuff later on and just became a bank, and they're still around today. So that's the tidbits of history for today. Boy, my hair's a mess. Gonna go right into our little thing we have going, and this is bands that begin with the letter L. I have Little Joe, Lionel Richie, Ludwig van Beethoven, Ludacris, Limp Bizkit, Larry Carlton, Labyrinth, LL Cool J, Little Richard, Los Lobos, Lucifer, Lizzie Borden, Labyrinth, and Loudness. I'm sure there's more. If you know of any at the top of your head that I don't have listed, please go to the YouTube comments and let me know what they are. I can check it out and learn more stuff about music and get ever more enlightened when it comes to all the musical stuff that's out there. So now we're going to go on to other stuff. There's some crazy stuff going on in the politics. Trump is just doing his thing. He's having a field day, firing people left and right and bringing in people that have no experience in any of the diplomatic departments that we have in our government concerning international affairs and trade and different things, and military buildup and this kind of stuff. So I don't know. I just know I got to make sure I have my bag of popcorn. I sit back and I watch the circus. That's what it has become. Every day is something different, something new, and sometimes it was what you'd call startling, but now it's everyday political affairs going on. It's just Trump. So good or bad or indifferent, he is the president. That's one thing about me. I'm not going to go back and say somebody else should have won, blah blah blah. He got the presidency, whether it was by legal means or illegal means at this point. So I try to be respectful as I possibly can. It is the highest position in our country as far as running stuff and doing things. And I just, excuse me, I just don't know. Like I said, I used to be surprised at some of the stuff that was going on, but now it's just another day at the circus. Locally, today, the highway that runs through our town here was backed up for miles and miles. Spring break was finishing. They've got construction on this highway all the way down, deep down in Texas South, and probably north too. All kinds of construction going on this highway. So the town was actually busy. Had a bunch of traffic that we normally don't see on the back roads. People trying to bypass that mess that was on the freeway. But it'll all be back to normal probably come Monday. Like I said, spring break ends. Hope everybody had a safe and fun time wherever they might have gone. I pretty much stayed around here. Of course, I'm not in college or nothing, so I didn't have any reason to go anywhere. And plus, I work Friday and I work tomorrow. And I can't afford to miss too many days of work. I missed one the other day, just didn't feel well. That's pretty rare for me to not go into work, but what do you do? It happens, and it happened to me. But about this other concern of mine is this hatred that's coming from the far left, that's coming from the far right, it's coming from the middle. There is just this hatred, and it comes from nothing, and it turns into this. Excuse me. Comes into this huge ordeal that's got a foothold in our society, and it's not a losing battle, but it has become a pain. People are just too busy to put down their cell phone devices and their discs and computers and different things to take a moment to actually calculate and to critically view the issues that come with hate, because there's a lot of them. I think that if you see somebody in need, it's the correct thing to see if you can help, and especially if it's a dire situation. But even that's been turned into an ordeal where if you help somebody that's in an emergency situation and they end up dying or having some major complications after their trained professionals arrive, you can be sued for not doing the right thing, even though you're just being a good Samaritan trying to help somebody out. It just takes away from the whole caring about each other. So there was a time when it mattered, when somebody was down and you able to go and help them up, or set them up so when emergency help arrives they can be stabilized and ready to be treated by professionals. But there is a lot of lawsuits and different things that have occurred from good Samaritans doing the right thing, and it's sort of, like I said, it takes the breath out of the whole thing. So I understand if nobody wants to get involved, but I also know that most people have compassion, they have a heart, and they will overlook all those chances of being sued and different things to actually give people a hand. So maybe it's that times haven't changed as much as the people that are in the time. In the 70s, it was a very different frame of mind for Americans at that time. There was definitely violence. We had the 60s, the revolution, the rebellion. We had the civil rights movement. We had all these different things that erupted into violence at different times through that time frame. And I still, excuse me, I still don't understand the full extent of why things have gotten out of control, but I do see it, and it's got its tentacles in its arms, whatever, inside our movie industry, inside our government. The hatred and the willingness to destroy others to achieve one's own self goals has become the norm, and it's a shame because it really shouldn't be that way. But anyway, this is Jess, and chat session number 138, Sunday evening. Be truthful, be happy, and let's look out for each other, okay? For some reason I'm tired. I ate quite a bit of food today. I went and had a Subway sandwich, and then later on I got chicken strips and mashed potatoes. And lately my stomach has been has been an empty thing. Always seems to be screaming for food, so I've been filling it, and now I gotta really watch it. I don't want to blow up and be all overweight and stuff, so I've got to really be careful with that. Now I'm active, I work, I move around a lot, but I just don't want to get out of control where I'm hungry all the time. That seems like what's happening, and I need to get a grip on that. But have a great Sunday evening, and I appreciate the people that saw it to this point. Bye.